Senate President, he don't come with another gbege. Make una come hear say our Senate President don dey tell our new CJN to punish senior lawyers when be say dem dey go television dey talk things. Ha! This one, e fear me o. Sure, na like this we go come dey for this nation, no freedom of speech again. Haba, but this one dey for our constitution now. Freedom of speech na for everybody. Why our Senate President come dey talk like this? How person go come dey stay for this our country with fear again? The news. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio has advised the new Chief Justice of Nigeria (CJN) to punish senior lawyers who are fond of appearing on television to criticize the nation's judiciary system or comment on cases in court. Mr. Akpabio gave the advice on Wednesday when Mrs. Kekere Ekun appeared before senators for screening. Although the Senate President did not mention names of any senior lawyers, but those who constantly appear on television to discuss judicial issues include human rights lawyers. I would say that recently, very senior members of the bar, we all know them. They are fond of being on Politics Today, a program on Channels TV. They were commenting on cases that are before either the Court of Appeal or the Supreme Court, and this wasn't the case in the past. Okay? We are saying, under your tenure, will there be a procedure where you bring them to justice? Because they ought not to. Their comments and their analysis tend to influence the final outcome of those cases, and in most instances tend to bring about injustice. They will go out there, instead of arguing the cases in the court, they will go and sit down on television and be arguing the cases on television, Mr. Akpabio said. The Senate President stressed that many junior lawyers have started emulating the senior lawyers who are fond of appearing on television to discuss judicial issues. Okay. And for the junior lawyers, the younger ones who are coming up, they are now beginning to think that that is a norm. So, if the court can invite or even the agency can discipline a senior lawyer who is fond of sitting down to analyze cases that are yet to be decided upon on television, on social media, and all that, I think it will serve as a deterrent. And it will also help to bring back the integrity of the judiciary and the judicial system that we are talking about. That is why we are saying, under you, will you tolerate it? Because if you sound a clear note of warnings to Nigeria, determined lawyers across the country will be wary that there is a new sheriff in town, and that people should stop using the social media, using television to try to influence judgments in their favor, instead of going to argue the matters in court. You know, they play to the gallery, and you see them ruling from side to side on television and all that. Sometimes, for some of us who have been in trouble for the cases, I shoulder in fear and nobody calls them to order. Senior lawyers lack discipline. Mr. Akpabio described the senior lawyers' habit as an act of indiscipline. So we are saying, under you, will you take steps to bring silence to bear by collaborating and ensuring that those who lack discipline and that matters that are subject to this should not be discussed on television, should not be discussed on pages of newspapers, should not be taken to social media, should not be taken to analysis on radios by very senior lawyers, he said. Responding, Mrs. Kekere threatened that if the senior lawyers continued the act, it may cause them to lose their ranks. If they lose their rank of senior lawyers in Nigeria because of those actions, it will serve as a teacher's joke. That is why I am working on this. Commenting on cases that are subject to this will not have anywhere to hide. It will be dealt with decisively. I am not going into those who have access to social media to abuse people the way they like, she said. Court will use its power. Mrs. Kekere also stressed that the judiciary would use its constitutional power to caution the senior lawyers. However, it is true that there is a lot that goes on social media and other fora, and this is one of the aspects that contributes to the negative perception of the judiciary, because you have narratives out there that have no correlation to the facts that are before a particular court. And again, whether they are senior members of the bar or other members of the bar, there are procedures. A senior member of the bar who has earned the rank of silk, it is a privilege. It is not a right, and that privilege could be withdrawn if it is abused. So, in any of these situations, the courts too will use their own powers. We do have powers where a matter is subjudiced and somebody goes out in public on the television station, social media to comment on those cases, because it does have a negative effect on the administration of justice, on how we handle our cases. Because when you then give a judgment, the way it is assessed is based on what has been in social media. But notwithstanding that, I will say that judges know the oath they have taken and will abide by that oath and not be influenced by social media, she said. Okay, like seriously. Okay, what about those that rigs election? What would they do to them? Akpabio is the number one problem that Nigerians are having. They are always using the jury to suffer their press. Last time, the young protesters were arrested, the same way they were asked to be bailed with 100 million each. Now, Akpabio again said they should punish them again. What they don't know is that anything they are doing, somebody is watching them. Akpabio, God will not allow you to finish this country called Nigeria. You are indirectly telling us that there is no freedom of speech anymore. Head of corruption, it will end one day. Senator Akpabio is an opportunist. The new CGN should advise Akpabio to legislate on it and forward to Mr. President for his endorsement. Total absurd for a lawmaker in the person of the Senate President to make this kind of comment. I wonder what they want to turn this country into. He is forgetting that freedom of speech and expression is enshrined in the constitution. They just want Nigerians to be afraid of them, but it will never happen. What's the Idi Amin of Uganda? So you want a situation where everyone keeps quiet, no matter the rubbish you people use the judiciary to perpetrate. Maybe. It is free speech country. People should keep mum in the face of obvious miscarriage of justice and corruption. Pure lies, not in Nigeria. Akpabio is strengthening APC resolve. Cow the masses. God will bring all of you down. Don't worry. Nigeria is in serious problem. The country has been captured unknown to be so gullible supporters of APC. All right, my people, we've come to the end of this news. Kindly send in your comments and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more updates. Till we come your way again. Thank you for tuning in to listen. Bye for now.